Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Hiroga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, May 6th, 2022. And yes, we started early today because why the heck not? Why the heck not? I was all ready to go, which was weird. Scary even, but here we are. Richie Poole first in the chat. Qapla Richie Poole says one Vok. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Qapla. Hail Karoga. Hail to you, not Ryan Johnson. John DeMarco says greetings all. Welcome, John. Wesley Crusher is in the house. Uses all the emojis. Thank you, Wesley. All the custom emojis. And says Birdo Prey, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Is it time for Dear Bop? Usually, Wes, I do Dear Bop at the end of the stream, but if you are here and if you want to hear them, I can flip things up and do Dear Bop first, I suppose, if that would make you happy, Wes, because I want to make you happy. I mean, not in that way, but in some ways, sure. In some ways, sure. Now, I hear my phone beeping. Let's just make sure that's not somebody telling me that, that's my physical therapist. Say they could come early, of course. Let's see. Okay. What time is it? 4? 5 is too early. Let's say 5:30. Sorry. Okay. I did give him last minute notice, unfortunately, the other day, so we'll see. We're going to have a shorter stream, but I think that's, 5:30 we can live with. Anyway, we usually do Dear Bop later, but you know what? We'll do Dear Bop first, so that'll actually get it out of the way, so we don't have to worry about going over. Richie Poole says, shut up, Wesley. Hey, Wesley Crusher earned himself a spot in the actual Wesley Crusher was in this most recent episode of Picard, and he actually improved the episode by being there So hats off to Wesley Crusher. Not this Wes, but not that Wes either. Mr. Londell says, Qapla, Qapla, Mr. Londell. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies on Odyssey. Wesley says he means hi. Oh, okay, Wes. He said, shut up to Richie Poole. He means hello. Well, Wesley did the opening credits skip. I don't think they skipped. Not for me. Captain Trek says, greetings. Greetings, Captain. Hope you are well. He says, hey to Wes. Wes says, hey back. Mike Richards says, greetings from Limbo, the land of the homeless. Oh, Mike, what is your latest, Mike, please? Where are you? Are you safe? Is there something you need? What, please, Mike, let us know. I'm glad you were able to make it here, but
Scanning.
I feel
Indications
much happier
negative
if
at
you
this
were
time.
somewhere safe that we could, we knew that you would be safe. John Araki with $1 donation, super chat. Thank you, John. And you got eyebrow Dax. That's not bad. That's not bad for a Dax. Wesley says something is wrong here. Bird starts early. Apparently, I knew that one of the flock is in distress, so we're here. Deej says hashtag Bird loves Wesley. I didn't say that. I mean, moving on. Captain Track says, hail on Caroga. It's apparently raining the entire state of Pennsylvania. So Thomas Potts, it's soaking down there. I said, better rain than hail. Deej says, hashtag hail on Caroga. You guys, not being nice. Not being nice at all. Wesley says, I can wait a little while. Okay, just a couple minutes. And Wesley says, wow, Bird wants to make me happy. I don't know what about, yeah, not that way. Not in that way. John DeMarco says, we can live with it. We can live with it. I watched a YouTube video of Avery Brooks talking to a bunch of fans in 2013 Comic-Con. And one of the questions, somebody said, in the pale moonlight, oh, I love it. It's one of the darker things. Can you tell me what you thought about that episode? And he's like, well, I don't really think it's darker. I think it's really just more of what we're all about, blah, 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 blah. Then like 5 minutes later, they cut to another question. And somebody's like, I don't know any DS9 episodes by name, but that one where you looked into the camera and told everybody that you had to get the Romulans into the war. That was my favorite episode of all Star Trek. Like just crossing like yeah, he just went on a whole big thing about In the Pale Moonlight, and then this other person. I don't know the episode title, but that's the one. Well, okay. How did you not recognize the episode you loved by everything they said about it 2 minutes before? Anyway, I miss Avery Brooks. I think he's a little cuckoo in La Cabeza, but he was a great captain. He mentioned that he basically he was, according to him, despite being captain of Deep Space Nine, he was still annoyed that, and I guess I would be too, but he was getting, he believed, what's that called? Unfairly, well, because of his race. He felt he was being unfairly stopped by Paramount security. Every time he went to leave the set, the lot, they wanted him to open his trunk. he finally said, "What do you think I got in here? The Defiant?" Of course, nobody understood what the hell he meant, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It's not a funny situation, but it was a funny way he was telling. Obviously, it's a terrible situation, but I was glad he was still willing to make fun of it. John DeMarco says, I think Wheaton made the last episode even worse. Actually, John, I think he made it slightly better. Even though he pulls episodes down, just the fact that he was in it somehow pulled them up from near absolute zero to just Will Wheaton 1. A solid 1. Question of Trek says, hi, Bird of Prey. Hello, everyone. Qapla. Question of Trek. This Sunday, I assume, will be a question of Trek. And John Araki says, Q spurned Janeway, his kid's godmother, for JL. Q spurned Janeway for J. I don't think Q wants Rafi. Deej says hashtag birds Wesley's pimp. What? Birds Wesley's imp? I don't even know what that is. Wesley says California is the land of the homeless. California is also the land of Star Trek Picard, and that's where you were. That's where West. You filmed your part in a park in Los Angeles, which was the same place that Q and Picard filmed their part. And if you don't believe me, my thumbnail for the video is Wesley talking to, although I had to erase her, Wesley talking to Corey, and then Picard talking to Q, and it's the exact same tree they're in front of, even though the parts take place on different parts of the Earth, I'm pretty sure. One was supposed to be Paris or France. One was supposed to be somewhere over Los Angeles, and it turns out they're both the same place. John Araki says, hashtag Bird wants to be Wesley. I did not say that. John DeMarco says, Mike Richards, I hope you're able to find a place to stay soon. Absolutely. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, you are out of your effing mind if you think Wesley Crusher improved anything. Well, then I'm out of my mind. John Araki says, good enough for a booyah. Yeah, indeed. Booyah Dax. Question of Trax says, what did you all think about Strange New Worlds? I loved it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean, listen, you're all entitled to your opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, okay? I'm Scotty now, until you actually say that he wasn't meaning that the Enterprise should be hauling garbage, but you mean the Enterprise should be hauled away as garbage. Then I'm going to punch you. Okay, but until then, everybody's entitled to their opinion on Strange New Worlds. But no, Strange New Worlds is strange. As Mama Price says, it's strange. That's a nicer way of putting it. I'm pretty sure Strange New Worlds is as bad, if not worse, than Discovery. Because they want to make us think we like it, but then they're doing the same thing Discovery was doing to us, and that's the terrible, terrible writing. Okay, it's not Michael Burnham that I hate Discovery over. I mean, it's one thing. One thing I hate Discovery over is Michael Burnham, but the real problem is the writing. And if they were able to write Michael Burnham well, then maybe I wouldn't hate her as much. Okay, but it all comes back to the writing, and the writing hasn't improved. And this very first episode, it destroys the canon of Arena, which was one of my favorite episodes of TOS, of Star Trek of all time. That's the Gorn episode. The Gorn episode is Arena. And Discovery started down this road. Discovery started down the road of changing history, and the Gorn became a civilization that somehow Starfleet knew about the Gorn, 10 years before Captain Kirk goes to Cestus 3. The entire point of the episode with Captain Kirk getting to Cestus 3, and the entire point of the Metrons bringing the Gorn captain and Captain Kirk to a planet to try to work out their differences or kill each other, whichever they can do, and they choose to kill each other until the end. That only works because Starfleet didn't know anything about the Gorn. They didn't know how they didn't know the Gorn even existed. That you need to have that for that episode to be powerful, for that episode Arena to be 50 years old and still a good show. It doesn't work if Starfleet knew about the Gorn. And yes, they fucked it over in Discovery because Lorca knew about the Gorn and he had a Gorn skeleton in his fucking ready room. And it's like, none of this makes sense. Why would a Starfleet captain have the skeleton of a sentient species in his collection like he had hunted it? Like could you imagine that any U.S. admiral had a live person, not a live skeleton, but the skeleton of a different human being in their war chest? Like, this is a Japanese soldier I shot back in 1945, and he has him stuffed in his. No, that doesn't happen. Okay, the Gorn were a sentient species. Lorca, regardless of being from the Mirror Universe or not, shouldn't have had it in his collection. But bigger than that, Lorca would talk to other people about being up to their noses and alligators or something. Like, they knew what the Gorn were. They knew what the breeding pods were. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And Strange New Worlds, right out in front. They're like, let's fuck over the Gorn. Let's ruin Arena. And so many people, and it's not just you, Question of Trek. Almost everybody I know who likes Star Trek is saying, "Oh, Strange New Worlds, it looks good. I like it. And it's fine if you do, but I don't. And I think probably you will come to dislike it more in the future as they destroy more and more canon, more and more of the things we love. For what reason? Like, why did they have to bring up the Gorn? How does this move their story forward in any way, shape, or form? As far as I can tell, zero. They just literally couldn't think of anything else to base their story on. So, like, let's go look at something that we already know about, so our prop department doesn't have to come up with a new alien. I mean, it's literally the easiest thing to do is just come up with a scary alien that you could use in place of the Gorn. You could call them the Corn people, the Morn people, the Born people, the Zorn. The Zorn aren't used. They're the Zorn people. They look like Gorn, except they've got, I don't know, 2 husks coming out of each teeth, each side of their mouth, like I don't know, overgrown canines or something. That's all they needed to do. Have a little bit different. Maybe they're orange instead of green. I don't care. They don't have to be Zorn. Anyway. So no, I did not like it. Dr. Alex says, Qapla, bird of prey. And what is National Beverage Day? Yes, today is National Beverage Day. You're supposed to enjoy a glass of your favorite beverage, alcohol or non-alcoholic, fizzled. Coffee counts, Mama Pray. Coffee counts. Carbonated or non-carbonated, any beverage, any choice, hot, cold, up to you. It's National Beverage Day. I would have worn my Coca-Cola shirt had I thought about it. Deej says, see, he can't deny it. John Araki says Thomas Potts is greater than Thomas Kemp. Wesley says, can Los Angeles get some of that rain, please? I hope you guys do. I actually hope you do. Clean away all that dust. Captain Track says, question to Track. It was meh, not good, not bad. They just need to say it was a reboot and it would be fine. Well, if it's a reboot, they can do whatever the hell they want. They can do whatever the hell they want. Also, all right. Oh shit, there's it is. There is Kissing Dax, brought to you by Rock Solid Productions, who just donated $2 and said the Enterprise should be hauled away as garbage. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, Rock Solid. Why would you say these terrible things? Mike Rich, okay, a little bit more serious note. Mike Richards says, Bird of Prey, I lost my apartment and 99% of my belongings on Monday night. I'm at a motel at $400 a week. Social services have maybe on 3 boarding houses and 3 senior apartments. Who's that? Mike Richards. Mike, can you not get to your apartment and just get stuff out? I mean, I guess where do you put them if you don't have a place to? Mike, I feel like there's somehow there's got to be somebody to speak to. I don't know, Mike. I feel terrible. It's easy for me to say something, but God knows it's a whole other thing to live through it. And I know firsthand that somebody say, oh, well, just do this. And I look at them and like, I understand where they're coming from. And I know they just want to be helpful, but it's like, well, just do this doesn't mean anything if I can't just do it. Just talk to somebody. Well, who do you talk to? Nobody picks up the phone. You know, I understand. I get it. I just feel like there's got to be something. There's got to be something I'm missing. I wish I had an answer for you, Mike. I wish there was something I could do more to help. I feel bad. It's Mike, if there's something I can do for you, please ask. I don't know what it would be. I'm having my own issues, as you guys can see, but if there's something we can do for you, Mike, please let us know. Please. John Araki says, WTF. Mike Richards says, thank you to John DeMarco. Question of Trek says, Captain Trek, I know you loved it, really. Yeah, Captain Track says, Mike Richards, how can we get you funds? Mike Richards is Captain. I'm okay for another week or so. Thank you for the offer. I'll keep you guys updated. Mike, if you can find a way, a GoFundMe or a PayPal or some way to get you some money, please let us know. I will post it. But I really don't want you to have lost all your worldly possessions. I feel like there's still, unless they've literally tossed them out into the trash, there's got to be some way. And yes, Question of Trek will be live on Sunday. Wesley says, did Wesley get to say, shut up, old man? No, Wesley never saw Picard. Wesley only spoke to one woman and Corey, and that was it. Gap Stargate's in the house. Qapla. Captain Trek says, Mike Richards, we need to think about next week. Yes, we need to get started now so we can be ready for next week. Please. Wesley says, Bird, which park? I could go there and take pictures. I don't know. Captain Trek says, Gap Stargate, hey, good stream. Yes, Gap Stargate did their own streams. Does their streams. Deej says, simp, son of a bitch. I'm sorry, Deej. Mike Richards says, Captain Trek, I'm computer illiterate when it comes to funds transfer. Do you have an email address or do you have a bank account? If you have, talk with your bank if you can, and or somebody who understands those things. And if it needs to be me, message me. Okay. BirdoPray5@AOL.com. I will do my best. If you want to send me a phone number or something, I will do my best to get in contact with you. And we can talk about what your options might be. Because I do know how to do, assuming you've got an account. But to be honest, I'd much rather you talk to a family member or a close friend, if you have one, somebody you would trust with your banking info. Because I don't want to be that person, but I will be if I have to be. But understand, no pressure. That's you. John DeMarco says, I thought Strange New Worlds was largely a mess of broken continuity and political messaging. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. A great way of putting it. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey, we need to find a way to get funds to Mike Richards. I'm computer illiterate when it comes. Yes, I agree, Cap. I agree. Deej says they make Nurse Chapel and Uhura look like idiots against what their character really was like. Nurse Chapel is nothing like the character she was. And Uhura, I don't know that they make her look like an idiot, but it's certainly not the Uhura I remember. And then Samuel Kirk, whatever. Captain Mike Richards is the Captain Trek. Just like Salty, if I get too much money, I lose my SSA and SSI. Mike Richards, I do believe if it's a GoFundMe, or even if it's a PayPal account, you are allowed to receive gifts. I'm not giving advice. Okay, I'm not giving advice, but the law still allows you, it is my understanding, that if somebody wanted to gift you money, they are allowed to gift you money, and it doesn't necessarily come out of Social Security or whatever. As long as it's within the $14,000 or so a year maximum that you're allowed to give, I'm pretty sure you are. So unless people are going to give you more than $14,000, I think you're okay, but that's something between you and whoever does your accounting, which I realize may well be you. Captain Trek says, Mike Richards, I know that's why I said I'd find a way. Wesley says, no, it's not. Oh, I don't think it was a bird rant. Was it? LDG says, howdy, welcome, LDG. Deej says, only Karogans have stuffed Turdistanis on display in museums. Miss Londell says, Bird of Prey, all that was meant as Easter eggs to get the fans on their side. Obviously, it hasn't worked. If it's Easter egg, why would they ruin the Gorn? I just don't get it. Richie Poole says, I have a stuffed pink bunny in my trophy room. Indeed, says, what? John DeMarco says, how they showed Spock and T'Pring also complete. Yes. That again, that was another thing. It completely ruins the muck time. Okay, they destroyed Arena. They destroyed a muck time. They destroyed Operation Annihilate. Maybe not destroyed, but I'm sure they will fuck up Operation Annihilate by next week. So they're just going off one line episode at a time and putting a line through it. Like, nope, no more of this, no more of that. And wait, there's going to be a Tribble episode, I bet. So they're going to fuck that up again. Oh, we know this is happening. Wesley looking at the skeleton in his closet. Cap Stargate said, shut up, Wesley. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. A question attracts says, I need to get rid of that skeleton of the Iraqi soldier from my second tour then. You do, question attract. At least don't make it public. Captain Track says, John DeMarco, in real Star Trek, Spock and T'Pring last saw each other as children. Exactly. Deej says, Bird says he's a Klingon, but he gets mad at the Enterprise should be hauled away as garbage. I do. Bird, Wesley says, Bird also super chat. All right. What happened to Mike? He's Mike. Okay. Mike Richards says, thanks for the sympathy, but the belongings are gone by now. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey. Qapla, brother warrior. I am on my self-built PC. LDG assisted me with the build. Thank you, LDG. Qapla, Jedi Bill, and good luck to your PC. And hopefully it's not hauled away as garbage anytime soon. Don't let Rock Solid see it. Wesley Crusher offers to go to Mike Richards' house to grab all of his belongings. But where would they go? Mike says it's too late, but thank you. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz, Qapla, says, what's your favorite beverage from Star Trek? I don't really have a Trek-based favorite beverage. I despise root beer. I only really like water. No prune juice. I really like water and Coca-Cola, classic. So if it's not one of those, I just assume have water. Dr. Alex says, did Bird ever get to my hello? Oh, Jesus, Dr. Alex. I don't know. I might have missed it. Where are Deej says Picard destroyed Assignment Earth. Yes, that's true. Picard did destroy Assignment Earth. Gary 7, the supervisors, the entire point. It's all destroyed. John DeMarco says the appearance of Sam Kirk already violated Operation Annihilate because his brother wasn't in Starfleet, and also what little girls are made of because only Jim called his brother Sam. Yep, there we go. Good eye there, John. T-Berg's in the house. T-Berg says, I am a supervisor sent from the future to keep Bird of Prey 5 from getting bored by sending him jib jabs. No blood wine, Deej. No blood wine. Okay, so let's get to the Dear Bops because I know a lot of people want them. Let's get to them. Dear Bop, a segment by Berto Prey 5. There it is. There it is. Dear Bops, before it's too late. Absolutely, Wes. Okay. Let's start. Dear Bop, please disregard the message about someone trapped in my basement. It must have been sent out by as a mistake. I'm sure that they are quite well. On another note, we do have job openings in our lovely bagel shop opened on the spacious lower level of Casa de Ego. We provide food and lodge with a strict curfew. We also have exercise weight room and Olympic pool. If, in quotes, they were trapped, in quotes, in my basement, I am sure that they are actually having a great time. Yours truly, Chris Knight / The Ego. Well, Chris, I couldn't have written a better note myself if I had to send that off to a family who, rented a hotel room in Quiroga and then was never heard from again. You're doing a great job, Chris, and hail Quiroga. Glad to see you visiting. Gary Kratzer, AKA Rock Solid, on the Picard neurotoxin, said Soong poisoned Talon with a neurotoxin, but she's not human. How would you neurotoxin designed for humans affect a Romulan? That's a good question. I guess he would have to take a chance and hope for the best. I mean, I assume it's the same way in that Raid, which is designed to kill bees and wasps, will also kill just about anything you put it on, including human beings. So, yeah. The fact that a neurotoxin was able to kill across species didn't really bother me, considering all the other problems. That's in the bottom of the deck. Wesley Crusher, so they wonder if Joe Brandon will be writing today. He needs a lot of advice. Rabbit Slug Ouchies, Kronos is Bird of Prey. Hello, Bird. It's Sluggo Prey 5, Qapla, Kronos. Picard, again from Gary Katzer. He says, Wesley Crusher, Wesley effing Crusher. Yes, Gary, Wesley. Not our Wes, but a Wes. A Wesley. And another from Gary. How did Picard get from Mission Control, which instead of being in Florida is now in California, for some stupid reason to France? He has no money, no transporter. How the hell does he do it? Well, apparently the Not Laris character has her own transporters. So she was able to keep beaming the crew around. And Gary says, again, Picard is all about death. In season 1, Picard and Data both die. Q dies in season 2. Picard is all about dying, making self-termination a glorious and rewarding act. It's kind of sad where Legacy Trek celebrated life, discovering it, embracing it, making the most of it. But New Trek is about death, making the brave choice to die, even if it's not your time. It's not just sad, but a bit sick. It's actually pretty true. Again, Gary says, my predictions. How did my predictions turn out? Rene Picard won't be on the rocket that blows up. It will be not Laris posing as Renee. This is how one will live, one will die. I was correct. Well, you were half correct. Renee was on the rocket. It was the one that didn't go up that died. That was the Romulan. The Borg Queen from the Stargazer will be Jurati, and there will be hugs and tears as the Borg become allies. Well, I don't know if there were hugs, but yes, you were correct. Q's death will be spun as a stunning and brave, like assisted suicide. Yeah, I guess so. Q's dying act will be snap his fingers to send the crew back to the future. Yes. Also, he created Elnor back. When Picard returns to the future vineyard, he will profess his love to Laris, and they will be a thing. I was correct-ish. Not in so many words. Yeah, well, I would say you were more correct in that than some of the other ones. That was spot on. The season will end as a cliffhanger, leading to season 3, and we'll get the old TNG crew together in a last minute or two to set up season 3. Yes, that was incorrect. Ramos stays in the past to bone the Doctor. Yep, you were correct. Seven and Rafi will share a passionate kiss when they are back in the future. I was almost correct. It happened in the past. Yep. Will we get the TNG fanfare to play out the ending of the episode? We did get some of the first contact interlude mixed with the Picard theme starting at 43:57. I was also correct about the TNG fanfare. True. Strange New Worlds says, Gary says, the shuttle that Pike takes Enterprise is, seriously? It's the Stamets? Okay, it doesn't have to mean it's the same Stamets as from Discovery. I did not take it to be that Stamets. Number one, Discovery and everybody aboard is classified. So they can't make a ship named after a person that Starfleet doesn't even believe existed. Starfleet wouldn't confirm that that person existed at this point. Second, if you Google the name Stamets, there's currently a person by that name who works with mushrooms and has been, I don't know, but has done quite a bit of scientific research into mushrooms. And it very well may be that Stamets, which they were talking about. That said, why that shuttle, the problem with that shuttle is, what happened? They rode the shuttle to the Enterprise, and then Pike beamed from the shuttle off into the Enterprise. What the hell was the point of being in the shuttle? Either you take a shuttle to the Enterprise and you land in the shuttle bay, or you beam from wherever the fuck you were up to the Enterprise. You don't need to take a shuttle to be next to the Enterprise simply to then beam from the shuttle to the Enterprise. The Enterprise could beam you from wherever you were to begin with. That was the most annoying part about the shuttle to me. And nobody seemed to notice that. And Gary, again, talking about neurotoxin. He says, all right, Bird, here's one for you. Adam Soong had a neurotoxin skin or something or other on his hand, which is what killed Talon with. Right? I sure don't see any gloves on his hands, when he pulls it off. So, he himself would have been subjected to the neurotoxin. That was a rookie mistake. Gary, again, saying, hit by a car. Tell me, Bird, what happens when you hit an android with a car? There is no damage to the car, clearly, and for some reason it puts the android into a coma. We've seen Data hit with objects shot, and if anything, he takes a step back to sturdy himself, not Picard. Well, the difference is, and again, I'm not saying I agree or I like it, but they made it clear that he is not a Data android. He is, as Rio says, a flesh and blood robot. He is, for all practical purposes, indistinguishable from a human being. You know, although he is built by, he has, you know, a heart, he has lungs, he has bones. He doesn't have, you know, his bones are made of bone. His veins are made of biological material. His heart pumps his blood. It's not that he's Data in that he's solid or heavier than water and would just sink to the bottom and have to, and you know, Data doesn't need to breathe. Data can walk in space if he wants to. That's not how these new androids work. That's why they're biological androids. They make no sense. Please don't ask me to explain it any better. I can't. I cannot. It defies all logic. Dear Bob, I think I have one of those particles in the eye. Have you ever heard that particle that can get inside your eye? Do you think something small is right in front of your eye, but it doesn't go away? If you slowly move your eye in a direction, that object also moves. What do you think? Is it something inside my eye or really small spiders blocking my vision? Always, I have to go burn the spider nest in my attic. Uncle Paulie. I don't think it's a spider in your eye, Uncle Paulie. Dear Bob, Wesley here. Thanks for the help the other day. Those little bastard orphans were trying to eat me. Your singing and angry voice scared them away. I managed to get out of the mines. Now, where is multi-Canadian man? I'm going to throw him in the mines and see how he likes it. Tell him pineapple does not belong on a pizza. So, pineapple does not belong on pizza. Dear Bob, how dare rock solid guy say Enterprise is garbage? F him. No, soft buddy. I don't even think you are soft buddy. Dear Bob, did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? They just needed some space. Dear Bob, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere. Bum. Dear Bob, no, I'm not going to do that. Dear Bob, now that I saved the Federation, I wanted to become your new cuddle buddy. I can augment all your ships and share my tentacles to help you run your empire. You will never crash a ship again. You will exist to entertain us. Resistance would be amusing. Yours connectively, the Borg Queen Gerati. No thanks. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, Picard is a synthetic biological human. That is it. I mean, that's honestly what they want us to believe. So back to Strange New Worlds. I forget the line, but and I'm sorry, not Strange New Worlds, Picard. Back to Picard, season 2, episode 10, the finale. So we learned that last week that Starfleet didn't want 7 of 9 to join. They were afraid of her because she was Borg. And including Starfleet people were afraid of her that she was Borg. So I thought it was really weird that her first command as getting an immediate upgrade to captain of the ship by Picard. She says something, I think she said futile or whatever. I was like, sure, that's probably not the way you want to phrase. That's probably not the way you want to phrase your first direct command, by telling Starfleet something is futile. Just why Why use that word? Of all the words you could have chosen, that's probably not one to start your career off. Wesley says, wow, Bird doesn't even answer the questions anymore. Wesley, I answer any question that seems even the least bit serious. This isn't a question here. There was no question. Now that I've saved the Federation, I wanted to become your new cuddle buddy. Okay, that's not a question. She just says she wants to be my new cuddle buddy. I can augment all your ships and share my tentacles to help you run your empire. You will never crash again. You will exist to entertain us. Resistance would be amusing. There is no question. There is no question here for me to answer. And yeah, Starfleet not even accepting 7 was beyond dumb, especially since they accepted Egypt. They forgot they accepted Egypt because they don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers that, oh, Egypt was in a Federation uniform. Rabbits like ouchie said, Bird is ignoring us. I would accept 7. I'm not ignoring. We got another Dear Bop here. Dear Bop, did Jurati basically allow Picard and 7 to be assimilated as she was doing her own thing via her own cooperative? I would have to go back. And I really don't want to. I really don't want to go back. I don't believe she had 7 or Picard assimilated. I wouldn't think that was what happened. But you don't need to be assimilated because Picard gave her permission to take over the ship. So all she needed was access to the ship's systems. She didn't need anybody to actually become assimilated. I'm going to put on a commercial and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
You're cool, you're crisp, you're hard to resist, you're bright, ooh, refreshingly light, ooh, you're Canada dry, you're a singular style, you're a reason to smile, you're clever, you're neat, you're never too sweet, ooh, you're Canada dry, you tickle, you tingle, you make me laugh, oh, ooh, you're Canada dry, ooh, you're Canada dry.
Time takes you beyond the news.
Time flies, and you are there. Time cries, and lets you care. You understand the world we share.
This week, Time helps you understand the spoils of war, the diplomatic and human costs of victory in Lebanon and the Falklands.
Read time and understand.
This week, Sears teams up velour and corduroy for a sporty look at a winning price. First, corduroy pants, a super value at only $8.99. The Fit Super, too, and you save $5. Snuggle into a rich velour top for just $12.99. The luxury of velour in a soft knit blend, and you save $5. The pants in assorted colors, the tops in crew V and boat neck. Hurry, this sale ends Saturday at Sears, where America shops for value.
The Jordan Marsh Super Sale is on.
Super!
This is the place for spectacular store-wide savings.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Save 25 to 50% on selected fashions, accessories, housewares, and more.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 3 days of sizzling savings of 25 to 50%. The Super Sale at Jordan Marsh is on.
This is the place, Jordan Marsh.
Has Wayne Newton split with his wife and hit the jackpot with his new romance? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Can you lose weight by switching from celery to sweets? This week's National Enquirer tells you. How can you put office troublemakers in their place? What curse of death and disaster haunts the Super Bowl?
It's in the Enquirer.
What bizarre surprises popped up on Caroline's wacky honeymoon? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
If doing things different is your style, Genesee Cream Ale is your brew. Ever since we got a wood stove, I've got the lowest heating bill around.
Yeah, and the biggest thirst.
Next time that you're thirsty, make Jenny Cream your brew. The taste is something different. It's smoother drinking too.
I like it, 'cause there's nothing like it.
It's different.
Genesee Cream Ale.
Hey, right now, Loblaws is having a huge frozen food sale. You can get tremendous value on over 50 frozen food items, frozen vegetables, frozen meat entrees, frozen concentrated juices, ice cream. If it's frozen, you can save plenty. Don't get left out on the cold. Come on in and stock up that freezer. Loblaws frozen food sale. Another reason why more than the price is right. Does he work here?
Give me a mountain and nothing to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and smooth, refreshing Mountain Dew. Yeah, give me a river, give me a dew. Give me my good friends, give me a dew. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Tap Cola, what a beautiful drink. Tap Cola, for beautiful people. Tap Cola, you're beautiful to me. Real cola tastes just 1 calorie. Tap Cola, what a beautiful drink. Tap Cola, for beautiful people. Tap Cola, it's beautiful to be so good and sugar-free. Tap.
One Day at a Time has moved. The craziest cast of characters in some of their zaniest adventures ever.
Okay, guys, looks like we got one more Dear Bob. Well, I was at break, so we'll finish that and then we'll go back. Dear Bob, you misunderstood the question. Picard and Seven were both assimilated in the past. Picard in Best of Both Worlds and Seven in Raven. Basically, instead of intervening in what the collective was doing, Jurati was doing her own thing with her own separate Borg. Yes. So this is a whole different Borg set up at somewhere else in the galaxy that supposedly at no point ever made contact with the Borg that we were familiar with. I'm aware of that. That is what I was going off of in my head. So at that point, there would really have been 2 Borg. The ones that Voyager had fought and mostly defeated, and these other Jurati Borg, which we guess were just so far off in the Delta Quadrant, nobody had ever made contact with them yet. That was what I felt they were doing. T. Berg says, Bird of Prey 5, Khan Tankerous. Oh yeah, Khan also got the Picard treatment. So, Borg 2.0, yes. T. Berg says they're Borg 2.0, not compatible with Borg 1.0. That's a good way. That's a good way to say it. Anyway, let's, I don't know if I want my face on screen right now. So, what do we got? What do we got? Let's check the Let's check what's going on in the news. Clear Pepsi. I forgot about that. Utterly ridiculous, says Mr. Lundell. 2 different species of Borg. Listen, what's utterly ridiculous? There's a lot. There's a lot, but oh boy, Havana explosion, 9 dead. Massive explosion destroyed a hotel in Cuba. Oh, and then the Nulians sing on Strange New Worlds. It's just it's not good. Today's Wordle of the day. Oh yeah, I screwed up. I missed today's Wordle. Mamo Bray got it in 1 with Yosef's clues. Anyway. With that, guys, does anybody want? Oh, he's not here today. Carlo Albanese is usually here, and he usually brings up the Bed Life song. And I always meant to bring it up one day before I started the stream. And today I finally remembered to bring up the words to it. So I'm not singing it per se, but I'm also not singing it. Bed Life, it's a stream by Berto Prey. Get a bunch of subs in April, lost them all in May. But those numbers, they're gonna zoom when I'm on Doomcock's channel in June. I say Bed Life, as stupid as it may seem. Some people get their fix downvoting the stream. But I won't let it make me frown, 'cause this crazy old bird keeps speaking sound. I've been a bully, a brawler, a bearer, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I used to see things. But now I find myself stuck in my bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed Life, I tell ya, I won't deny it. I've thought of leaving YouTube, but Kurogans say don't even try it. Someone's got to counter those anti-tracker lies and Turdistani turds and fake often cries. I've been a bully, a brawler, a bearer, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I used to see things. But now I find myself stuck in my bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed Life, I thought of leaving YouTube, but Kurogans say don't even try it. But if there's no play button come next July, there's gonna be a lot of itchy soot in my eye. Sigh, sigh, sigh. That is the original Bed Life lyrics as I wrote them with a couple of on the fly changes to keep it, keep things fresh. Bird sings all the hits, Mike Richards. I somehow there was a way to make your day worse. I feel like I just did it. I owe an apology to you more than anyone else. What's anti-tracker? I know I could have changed it to salty, but it was written with anti-tracker in the lyrics. Dan Ben says, I don't understand Picard season 2. It's supposed to be Q changes things and going backstory. Then they introduce mom's story, FBI officer who met the Vulcan, stories that don't really make a point. Yep, none of them made any point. And why Laris? Why is the actress who happens to play Laris also the happens to be a Romulan from the Gary 7 program, which defeats the entire purpose about using humans on Earth to prevent the entire genius of Gary 7 was that he was a human being meant to be from the timeline he was in. He was from that time. He was from that planet. The use of a Romulan from a different time probably completely rejects the entire purpose of that whole problem, of that whole thing. Anyway, it's upsetting. Pop culture curator Qapla Vertebrae, hope you're doing well. Thank you, Pop Culture. It's actually, the more I talk, the more my mouth is hurting from the dental work, but not too bad. Mike Richards is Vertebrae. Everybody's company helps. Thanks to all. I'm glad then, Mike Richards. Dan Ben says, Vertebrae, what do you think of Picard Season 2, putting travelers and watchers together? Wesley Crusher not being in Starfleet. Well, I really don't care about Wesley's career. I know he had a part in Nemesis, but then it wasn't. I don't think he had any speaking parts. Like whatever speaking part he had was cut out. I don't remember if he shows up in Nemesis in the background or not. And I don't care enough to check. But even if he was still just because he became a traveler doesn't mean he can't go to Riker's wedding. Presumably, he has some way of making contact with his mother and maybe checks in every so often. And like, Riker's finally getting married. Do you want to come? And maybe, oh yeah, I'll come, say hello to everybody. And then he goes back to his traveling stuff. But no, I don't like, there is absolutely no way the travelers should be the head of the Gary 7 program. The travelers' philosophy was you have to have faith that people can work things out on their own. Whereas the Gary 7 philosophy is the exact opposite, is that these people need help because they can't work these things out on their own. How do you reconcile those differences? You can't. You can't reconcile that. Don't even try, right? Like Riker would say, you can't. You're incapable. You're incapable of that amount of incompetence. Don't even try. So Wesley Crusher, the Will Wheaton Wesley Crusher. Listen, for him, it was just a paycheck. And fine, you know what? Good for you, because you had to keep those LA house up to specs or whatever. It's life is getting more expensive wherever you live. Mamo Prey saw the cost of the diner, and entrees are now into the $30, $30+ dollars, $35, almost $40 range for things that used to be, $19 10 years ago. They've doubled in price. Not even 10 years ago, 5 years ago. They've doubled in price. It's crazy. So, yeah, everybody needs some money. So I don't blame Will Wheaton. He needs to get the money while he can, because he is not aging well. Pop Culture says, "Where's your Strange New Worlds review?" I've got to work on it, Pop Culture. I got to work on it. It just I chose to get the Picard one out first, and I only watched Strange New Worlds for the first time today, and I got to work on it. A little better. Kitty Bear, Qapla Kitty Bear says, "Sorry for being away so long, Kitty Bear. I'm just happy you're back." Kitty Bear says, "Bird, I bet you have more teeth than me after 2 weeks ago. I only have 9 left in total." Oh my God. Yeah, I only had 1 tooth reluctantly removed. But then when they were getting the other teeth prepared on either side for the bridge, apparently the tooth that they thought was nice and strong wasn't nearly as strong as they thought it was. I thought that was the whole point of taking the x-rays, but now they're going to have to, I don't know, she said, put fillings or something in to the tooth next week, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday, they'll be back to finish. Hopefully finish. I think she said something about a root canal, but I thought she told me last week they don't do root canals at home. So I don't know. I gotta double check now. Rabbit Slug Ouchie says, "Bird of Prey, you sound good." Thank you, Rabbit Slug. Richie Poole says, "Bird, will Wheaton interview himself on the Ready Room?" I don't know. Rabbit Slug says, "Did the Tooth Fairy snuggle you?" No, they didn't. I did a sleep stream last night, but it was private, so nobody could see it by design. And unfortunately, I did catch myself making, like, I don't know, like things were not going well for the sleep. I don't know what I have to do, but I have an appointment with my sleep doctor next week. So I guess this was all to get ready for that appointment. Hopefully she has some idea what can be done to fix it. Because I have a feeling that my CPAP is, I don't know if it's making things worse. I don't know if it's making things better, but it certainly doesn't appear to be making things better from what I can. Addie in Stereo donated $5, my friend who is traveling the world. Says, "No matter where in the world I travel, Joe is always with me in my heart." Thanks, Addie. Thanks for making that very weird. I hope you're doing well. Last I heard, he was headed to some islands up by the North Pole. He likes cold places, that guy. He's a little weird like that. It's okay. We like Eddie. And yes, Stereo is rich, Rabbit Slug. I don't see why we need anything beyond stereo sound. Everything beyond that is just a waste of money. Kitty Bear says, "Bird of Prey, why did they throw the guitarist in prison?" He only fingered in A minor. You know, a lot of musicians have that problem of fingering in A minor. And just stay away. Keep your kids away from the musicians. Addie is in the Faroe Islands. The Faroe Island. Is that where the seed vault is? Is that where the humanity seed vault is? I'm Googling. The Faroes, or simply the Faroes, is a North Atlantic archipelago and island community located 320 kilometers northwest of ... Could you, guys, Danish. They are North Atlantic region between Norway and Greenland. They have a total area of about 1,400 square kilometers or 540 square miles with a population of 53,792. The vault is in Salzburg. He was there in January. Of course he was. Of course he was. Mike Richards is the Gap Stargate. Thank you. I'll take all the prayers I can get. Well, then we will also pray for you, Mike Richards. Rabbit Slug says, I can't believe I'm such a horrible speller. You are not a horrible speller, Rabbit Slug. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, there are two types of people I can't stand. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch. Of course. I knew that was coming. We got 15 minutes. I gotta be changed and dressed. So guys, I am so sorry I have to call it a stream here. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. But I do have to go, and what's today? Friday. Look for, hopefully I get Strange New Worlds review out tomorrow, Saturday. Then Sunday, we'll be doing, oh my God, my brain is dead. My brain is dead. We'll be doing Twilight Zone on Sunday, and we start over again on Monday. Mike Richards, please, again, email me, Mike, if there's anything I can do. I will double check to see if you did. BirdOPray5@AOL.com. Yeah, we'll go from there. Qapla all, Bird, and panel. There's no panel. Bird out. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.birdopray5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Bird O' Prey 5 needs. At the main Bird O' Prey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Bird O' Prey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Birdo Prey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.